Oh my goodness, my gorgeous Cancer, what a nice surprise you are going to have right at the beginning of this week. Okay, so the beginning of this week for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, is going to start with this absolutely amazing surprise. And when it comes to that particular surprise, what exactly is going to happen? Do you know what exactly is going to happen? It's to do with a surprising offer or like a surprising opportunity. Now, this in itself is so important because this is going to mean to you like, oh my God, because you've been waiting for this for absolute ages. And at the same time, this is also going to mean to you so much purely because you are going to be able to move forward with your life. And at this moment in time, that is absolutely going to be confirmed to you. So it's not only about a big surprise, it's not only about an amazing offer or like some kind of like incredible opportunity, but also at the same time, you are like instantly going to raise your vibration and raise your energy. You're going to instantly elevate because you will just almost immediately have all sorts of ideas, on your mind. So this is all about you kind of understanding that in order to move forward with your life right now, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to need to make a really quick decision. And I don't need to tell you what this is, because when you're thinking about this decision, pay attention to how you feel, pay attention to how ecstatic you feel, pay attention to how optimistic you're gonna feel. You're gonna feel alive again. That's all you need to do. You need to follow this energy, my gorgeous Cancerini, and literally go with the flow. You cannot do wrong with this whatsoever. So it's about making an important, quick decision, and that decision that you're gonna make is gonna be based on that particular offer or an opportunity that you are going to become aware of, which is going to surprise you, but this is going to be a really good surprise. I really suggest you to take this very, very seriously, and I really suggest you to put this like as a #1 priority in your life. It doesn't matter what's going on in your life. It doesn't matter what's happening right now. This is something that you have to understand. It's actually going to be beneficial for you, for your like personal evolution, for your personal transformation, and most importantly, just kind of like you are going on the next step of your spiritual journey. This in itself, it's gonna be absolutely remarkable because the stage and period in between now and within the next 3 months are gonna be so exciting. There is so much which is gonna be going on in your life and happening within the next 3 months. It's like, oh my God, on one hand, you're gonna find out so much about yourself. And what are you gonna tap into just because of this within the next 3 months? It's like, oh my God, you're gonna be thinking like, oh my God, where have I been all my whole life? You're gonna be thinking like, what have I been doing my whole life? Why didn't I come across this before? Why didn't realize this before? Well, because it wasn't the right time. The time in between then and now was absolutely crucial for the knowledge that you actually have. And you may not even be aware of it just as of yet, but you will see the way things are gonna unfold within the next 3 months. It's gonna be remarkable. It's gonna change your life. This is not only the beginning of a very special stage, but it's also the beginning of a very very important journey when it comes to some really specific people who are about to start entering your life as well, which are gonna be so beneficial when it comes to exactly what are you doing and what are you working on, and when it comes to that quick decision that you are going to need to make. You need to be strong. You need to recenter yourself, and if there is any ounce of like some kind of a doubt, if you have a doubt, that means that there are certain fears that you are gonna need need to work on. Okay, if you have some kind of a doubt, then this is your sign that you are gonna need to release some kind of fears, and that is going to come to you if you do have a doubt. And if you're like, oh my God, I'm not too sure, I'm not too sure. If you do have some kind of a doubt, I really highly suggest you to try kind of chill out a little bit by a walk, going into the forest. Try to reconnect with the nature. I know it sounds really like, oh, boring, you know, but it's not really, because you ground yourself in a really specific level, on a very specific level. When you are within the nature, we are the nature, we are part of the nature. So that vibration in itself does unpack so much, you know, within us, and it helps us to see clearly, you know, it helps us with our own clarity. So this is why connecting and reconnecting with the nature by maybe walking within the nature, being like next to the sea, being next to the river. Water is also absolutely brilliant to bring the best out in you, in us, especially when we are doubting about something. If you cannot go to spend some time within the nature, if you're doubting yourself, if you're so uncertain, because this in itself is going to be connected to something quite big, which is going to need for you to kind of, it's going to need certain changes are going to need to be made from you, and this is something which is going to be kind of putting you off. But you have to stay strong, okay? Because this in itself, it's pretty much so connected to who you are, but because and your spiritual journey and your karma, you know. So before a really big stage in our lives comes up, there is always some kind of a challenge that we need to deal with, you know. So this is, I suppose, a challenge that you may have, like when you are kind of feeling uncertain about something which is absolutely obvious. Something like this needs to come from you 100%. And if you, the problem is that if you do have a little bit of a doubt, this in itself is going to send a specific signal to your spirit, to your soul, that you are still unsure about what you are doing. And that means, on another hand, that you are going to need to repeat certain things in order to gather the relevant knowledge, to feel a kind of confident in order to take all this on. But right now, my gorgeous Cancerini, this is what you need to do. You need to take this very seriously. And if there is any doubt, as I said, about like making this really quick decision, you know, I said to you to kind of try to reconnect with the nature, but then on another hand, you can also like kind of lie down and try to chill out a little bit, meditate a little bit. You don't have to go necessarily to spend some time within the nature. You can do that, but if you cannot do this, then you can just lie down and try to meditate a little bit, try to relax, try to chill out. It's all about like getting into this certain state of your mind where you are in between this world and the spirit world. But the bottom line is that you tap into this very specific dimension, which is so connected to your subconscious mind, and it just brings this insight to you based on that. Okay, you don't have to like, oh, go lie down and just be like that, like completely, I'm waiting for my insight. No, baby, no, because this is such an important part of your life right now. You don't really have to do much. All you need to do is just relax, and the rest is going to come in the form of an insight. So if there is any bit of a doubt, I know that way you will tap into a very specific dimension, and even if an insight that you get, it's not as clear, it's not as obvious, there is gonna be a very specific energy and vibration that is like kind of gonna be like kind of pushing you towards that, you know. So you are gonna have some kind of your own unique realization here, which is most certainly going to point you towards the right direction. Okay, very important indeed. Just remember, this is something that is gonna make you feel so active, something that is gonna make you feel so ambitious, something that is gonna make you feel so energetic. And also, most importantly, you know, this is gonna lead towards like a really great achievement, a really massive accomplishment, a really important completion as well. So this is why you need to really kind of take this as seriously as you can. This quick decision, it's all about this quick decision that you're gonna make when you have this lovely surprise, when you become aware of this surprise, when you become aware aware of this opportunity, when you become aware of this offer, for example, this in itself, it's gonna lead towards a really big success, towards a really big achievement, towards a really massive recognition, and this is why this is going to be so important indeed, my gorgeous Cancerini. So this is to do with a very, very wise choice. You are about to turn over a new leaf. You are about to turn over a new page, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is important. You're about to walk through a very, very significant door here. And this is why I am so excited like there is no tomorrow. Absolutely brilliant. My gorgeous Cancerini, I don't know how to say this. It's making me feel really, really excited, because I know that this is to do with something that you have been waiting for a while. Maybe some of you are not gonna even realize that you've been waiting for this specific thing, for a while now. But it's just like the moment in time you become aware of this offer, this opportunity, this is going to feel on a completely different level. And this is going to be a sign. This is going to be a guiding light, my gorgeous Cancerini. Very, very important indeed. And also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, there is this person that I do not like whatsoever. Somebody is not gonna be very good around you. And this is not somebody who's connected to you. I'm not talking about your friend. I'm not talking about your family member. I'm not talking about somebody who's prominent in your life, but somebody who you are going to come across at the beginning of this week. I don't like this little bastard, because somebody is doing something like pretty much so. Somebody is following some kind of initiative where they are thinking about their money. Somebody is very greedy, somebody is very dishonest, somebody is thinking about money, and on top of all that, that particular bastard is doing something really, really dirty. Something really dirty. And there are plenty of people, sadly, unfortunately, in this world who are doing very bad things, very negative things, to people, and they don't care because they're getting lots of money for it. You see, for example, people get paid for something and they do something really bad, they're aware of it, and then on top of that, they just kind of get paid for it. You see what I mean? So I'm just talking, about somebody who is going to be so pushy at around the beginning of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini. Somebody's gonna really pressurize you and try to pressurize you to really do something that you don't want to do. Please listen to me very carefully. I know I have seen this before, and I'm seeing this now again. So you are going to come across a certain person at around the beginning of this week, and that person, you will feel something is not right anyway, because you're extremely intuitive, you're extremely spiritual, you're extremely psychic, so you're very sensitive when it comes to this energy. So you can sense this almost kind of immediately. But the problem is that sometimes these people like this can be so strong when it comes to their energy, and they're able to make an impact on our life, negative impact in that particular way, where we kind of do something that somebody else wants us to do, because their energy just takes over, because it's so strong and it's so powerful in that extent, if you know what I mean. And then later on, oh my God, what have I done? What have I done? Well, I shouldn't have done that. I should have said this. I should have said that. You see what I mean? I'm trying to help you to prevent that particular situation from happening. So just basically try to when somebody's so pushy with you, you need to understand that you must not do this, what that person will want you to do. Okay, this is something that you have to avoid at all costs. Okay, because your own intuition, it's again gonna be guiding you and telling you and making you aware and letting you know that something is right. And that's exactly what I 1,000,000% suggest you to do. You know why? I don't want to sound like a dark lala, but you would do something that it would be completely irreversible, and you would blame yourself for the whole life. Do you know what I mean? For something like this. Why to do something like that when things in your life are about to take such a wonderful turn? Really. So do you know what I mean? So maybe it's like another challenge that you have to go through, because spiritually this is going to be like a big transition that you are going through. So it's, I suppose, it's to do with another challenge that you are really going to have to respond to in such a way where you just do what your intuition is guiding you, and your intuition is going to be guiding you, no baby, no. You see what I mean? So this is why this is going to be so important indeed. And also, my gorgeous Cancerini, when it comes to the beginning of this week, it's like, oh my god, I'm gonna scream like a big mama. I cannot believe how much is actually happening in 1 week when it comes to you. Whoa, like probably like a really one of the most significant turning points that you've had within the last few years, for sure. So also, when it comes to the beginning of this week, you are, you know what I really like here, that, you know, it's to do with the progress. It's to do with the progress. And but this particular progress that you're gonna hear is to do with a certain news, and you're gonna feel very happy. You're gonna feel excited because it's to do with a certain progress now as well. Something that, you know, you will hear, and you will become aware of the fact that the results of certain efforts are nearly due. And this is gonna mean to you so much, but you're gonna feel even more excited purely because you are going to realize possibilities now that you didn't realize before. And this is why, like, oh my god, this is also instantly going to pick you up. Indeed, that you are going to find, when you become aware of this progress and what exactly this is, indeed you are going to find yourself on a little crossroads, you know, on a little crossroads here. But then again, when it comes to this crossroads that you are going to find yourself at, you know, at the same time, do not forget about the fact that you need to, first of all, before you take this on, there is something that you need to finish first. Okay? There is something that you need to finish first. But you need to work out what this is. You need to bring something to an end. Okay, in order to kind of jump into this new phase in your life. So this is something that you need to remember. You need to finish something. You need to bring something to an end. I suppose it even could be like some kind of unfinished business indeed. But before you even consider this, what you're gonna do when you find yourself on a crossroads after that, you just have to understand that there's, first of all, before you go there, before you jump there, you know, you need to kind of finish something first. You're gonna need to cooperate with something that you may not like because it's gonna last for a little while, but then this is just part of life, and you just here, you're just gonna need to kind of learn how to be patient indeed. Okay, by the time you get to the mid part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know what? This is absolutely brilliant. By the time you get to the mid part of this week, I really like this so much because, you know what? You are really, it's going to be such a magical moment, to be quite honest with you. And this in itself, it's to do with this, you know, specific morning when you literally wake up and you're going to feel like you've never felt before. And it's gonna happen at around the midweek. You're gonna realize and notice, oh my god, I've got so much more energy. I feel so bright. I feel so sharp. I feel so like passionate. I feel so energetic. But it's not only about that. It's about what is going to be on your mind. Because all this is going to contribute towards you realizing how much, oh my god, how much do you want to do something. This in itself, it's to do with you having certain dreams on your mind. And that's why I'm saying that this is going to be such a magical moment, because your energy, your optimism, it's again going to be guiding towards, like, you look, you're waking up here. You're going to feel your own personal, like, kind of awakening, which is going to re-energize you at every single level. And but you are going to be thinking very intensely from the first moment in the morning. You're going to be thinking very intensely, how much do you want to change your life? The energy that you're going to feel, it's going to be completely out of this world. And there is something really specific that you're going to realize about your dreams. And I know it sounds really crazy from the moment in time you wake up in the morning, but it is going to be like that, literally. Almost as if you're going to realize realize that you're not gonna be happy unless you kind of like dive into this dream. You, on one hand, this in itself is gonna be such a momentum where you're gonna realize your dreams. You will realize exactly what you want to do. And I'm not saying that you didn't realize your dreams before, but this is to do with a new element. This is to do with a new stage. This is to do with a new page. So it's about you realizing how much you want to do something, but it's to do with at the same time you realizing your dreams. Of course that this is going to be big, because at the same time it's really kind of going to make you aware of, like, you're gonna start seeing things, you know, from a different angle now. This is really going to enlighten you, and you're gonna realize, my God, just like this is making you feel good. This is giving you confidence. This is like kind of reflecting on your balance, on your inner strength. You are gonna feel absolutely remarkable. But what you're not gonna realize, my gorgeous Cancerini, I know that this is gonna sound really weird and really odd. What exactly you're gonna realize here, like when I said, oh, you're gonna realize your dreams. Listen, I'm not saying that you didn't realize your dreams before, but there are certain things that are gonna be like, oh my God, that are gonna become very prominent here. And that in itself, but what are you not going to realize? That you already are giving birth to some kind of creation here. You're already starting some kind of process of manifestation. These dreams that you're gonna realize, this is going to take you exactly 9 months, and 9 months until this comes up. Whatever you're gonna realize here, this is gonna be so important, my gorgeous Cancerini, because exactly in 9 months time you will be able to live your life. You will be able to live your life of your dreams. You see what I mean? And this is why this is gonna be so important. But at the same time, you know, as I said already, the process of manifestation, it's actually going to take place whether you believe this or not. There is only one little thing that you're gonna need to do here when it comes to you realizing your dreams. One little thing. You are gonna need to make some kind of a sacrifice, but this is going to be a good sacrifice. This is gonna be the sacrifice that you absolutely will not be able to wait to actually do. So as soon as you make that sacrifice, as soon as you realize what this sacrifice is, you know, things are gonna start moving on for you indeed. Absolutely brilliant in so many different ways. And you know what, my gorgeous Cancerini, also when it comes to the midweek, oh my God, sorry, when it comes to the midweek, there is somebody who is really going to, a very specific person is about to walk into your life. And I love this person so much. So if you are, you know, somebody who really understands you, somebody who's going to make your life so much more colorful, you know, and I like this. And these are only the beginning stages, you know. So to those of you who are in relationship, you know, happy relationships or whatever, you know, this means that this is going to be like a very special person, very special friend, very special spiritual friend. There is going to be so much to this person. You're going to feel like you knew this person like, oh my God, your whole life. You will feel like you knew this person in your past life, for example. The connection is going to be absolutely remarkable. So if you are in relationship, that this is signifying the fact that a very special spiritual person is going to come into your life. The role that this person is going to play is going to be mind-blowing, because this person is going to be able to understand you, will be able to understand things about yourself that lots of other people can't understand as well. And this person is going to be so positive for you when it comes to the elements of your life where you felt like a lack of strength. Absolutely brilliant. And if you are single and ready to, hello my darling, then this means that this particular person is gonna be maybe a little bit more than just a friend. You know what I mean? But the bottom line is that that particular person is going to have like a same impact on your life. You know, that particular person is going to reflect a lot on, you know, things that you felt like you had a lack of strength, you know, with. This person is going to shed a light on so many things that made you feel uncomfortable about yourself and things like that. Absolutely brilliant. By the time you get to the last part of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, you know, you are going to get a message, first of all, that you shouldn't kind of make some kind of investment. And this message, it's like, this is something that you need to take seriously. So when you get a message that you shouldn't make some kind of investment, don't do it, okay? Because it is going to be a bad investment. Almost as if I feel like you are going to feel a little bit rebellious. But if you do that, then this is going to work against you, okay? It's important to mention. And also, at around the end of this week, my gorgeous Cancerini, you are going to be my God, what a huge contemplation. You are going to have this huge contemplation at around the end of the week. Because you are going to be thinking like, shall I start some kind of adventure here or not? Shall I start some kind of adventure here or not? Oh my God, it's not the right time, it's not the right time, it's not the right time. Oh my God, I've got so much to deal with, so many difficulties. But you know what, the more you deal with and the more uncomfortable you feel about starting some kind of adventure here, there is a very specific reason why you actually going to have this contemplation in the first place. You're going to have this contemplation because you're meant to have this contemplation, my gorgeous Cancerini. This is why this is going to be so important. You're going to have this contemplation because you are meant to have this contemplation, and that is a very powerful sign that, you know, you should go on that particular adventure that you're gonna be thinking about. This is your sign. This is your sign. And the more you feel like, oh, it's not the right time, it's not the right time, the better this is going to be for you, okay? Because here you're doing something very important for yourself. It's not only about the beginning of an adventure, but you're nurturing your soul, you're nurturing your spirit, you're doing the right thing. And then when it comes to that particular adventure that I'm talking about, you are going to find out, this is going to happen within the next few days after that moment in time, and you're going to find out something so important to pay attention to when it comes to all these like that I mentioned so far. What you're going to find out, it's really going to bring this missing element into your life, and you are gonna become so confident about things that were still kind of scaring you. So this in itself, it's important for you, my gorgeous Cancerini, because this is gonna bring like kind of enlightening experience to, you know, it's gonna be very enlightening experience, and you're gonna realize how smart you are, how clever you are, and how intelligent you are, and this is gonna like kind of elevate you even more. You know that when it comes to that mini adventure that you are going to have, you're also going to find out how to make a first step, how to make the first move when it comes to like a really annoying challenge also that you have been through over the last 7 months. Is to do with a personal challenge that you've been through over the last 7 months, and that particular challenge was very annoying because it made you feel a little bit paranoid, but it also like kind of made you feel a little bit negative, but it also kind of slowed down things for you as well. There is a very specific challenge that you've been dealing with within the last 7 months, and it did make you actually feel more negative than you actually realize. For some reason, you will know this now, and this is going to be important, you know, because at the same time, karmically, you're going to move on from something that kind of like was keep on making you really kind of scared or negative, which is ever so important indeed. So now, my gorgeous Cancerini, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the week. What is going to be, that's the, see, this came out, just jumped out like a big mama. And that means that, you know, I really think that the more you kind of do spiritual things this week, the better for you this is gonna be. And to me, this jumped out means that I would really highly recommend you to maybe smudge your home with a dry sage and smudge yourself as well. This is going to help you to get rid of the negative energy right from the beginning of this week indeed. So now, but this is not your tarot card of the week. Now I'm gonna see what your tarot card of the week is going to be. So you had couple, naughty little Cancerino. I'm joking. Okay, well, there you go. There we go. Seven of Cups here. You see this? Absolutely brilliant, very important, because you are, this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This doesn't surprise me whatsoever. This is actually a really good card. Of course it's a good card, because now this is just confirming everything that I've actually said so far. You will be facing a very, very interesting possibilities. You must be honest with yourself. Primarily, I'm not saying that you're not honest with yourself, but this type of possibilities, you do not go to your friends and discuss them. You do not go to ask for advice, because you can make a mistake very, very easily. This in itself needs to come from you. You will be facing very, very interesting possibilities, but this has to come from you 100%. You know, the way you're gonna reflect on it needs to come from you. Okay, very important indeed. Okay, my gorgeous Cancerini, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. I love you. Bye.